Pretty infuriating story coming out of Maryland. An assault that happened back May 26th of 2023. It happened in front of a Planned Parenthood in Baltimore, Maryland. A guy by the name of Patrick Bryce, 28-year-old, decided that he was gonna take out a couple of elderly men, one 73 and one 84. It happened 10:30 in the morning. Apparently, Bryce got into some sort of verbal altercation with the 84-year-old. His name is Richard Schaefer. Richard Schaefer was outside of Planned Parenthood praying. He's not. He's anti-abortion. He was praying, and apparently Mark Crosby was too. Mark Crosby is 73. Was 73 at the time. They got into some sort of altercation, and surveillance video shows that Bryce gets so mad that he runs over to Schaefer and he tackles him. Like full-on linebacker tackles him onto the sidewalk, and there's a large planter behind him, behind Schaefer, so he tackles him over this planter. And when that happens, then Mark Crosby is apparently across the street or on the boulevard or something. He comes running over to help Crosby, and Bryce is just kind of getting up and turning around, and when Crosby comes in, so Bryce pushes him down to the ground, gets on top of him, punches him in the face, and then kicks him in the head before fleeing the scene. It took the police over a year to find Bryce. They put together a crime alert with a picture of this guy on there. They had video surveillance, but they didn't know who he was. And it took over a year, and apparently Patrick Bryce saw the fact that he was wanted. He had a warrant for his arrest, and so did in fact turn himself in, and it is just insane. So he was charged. He was arrested July 24th. He was identified by the video surveillance and a crime alert, Crime Stoppers tip. His initial trial was February of 2025 before a jury, and he was convicted of 2 counts of second-degree assault for both Schaefer and Crosby, assaulting Schaefer and Crosby, and then 2 counts of reckless endangerment for both victims. He was acquitted on the charge of first-degree assault against Schaefer. Jury could not reach a verdict on first-degree assault against Crosby. From the video surveillance, it didn't look like the assault against Schaefer should have been a first-degree, but the first-degree assault against Crosby, it seemed like that would have fit. He was retried in June of 2025, June 25th, for the first-degree assault charge. Apparently they set aside that charge. They couldn't make a decision, so they just left it, and they set it up, left it up to the Judge Yvette Bryant, for the first-degree assault charge against Crosby. Bryce was acquitted. The judge cited ambiguity over whether Crosby's actions were provocative or aid. So whether Crosby was coming over to start a fight with Bryce, or if he was just running over to help Schaefer in the video surveillance. That's what the judge is claiming, is that there was ambiguity. She couldn't tell. Well, let's pull up so there's a picture of Schaefer. So that's what he looks like. That's Schaefer. Schaefer's 84 years old. There's a picture of Crosby. You can see he's still apparently wearing the pro-life shirt that he was wearing that day when he was assaulted. You can see all the blood stains on it. Now let's pull up a picture. Let's pull up a picture of what he looked like. Look at his head. Look at his eye. Pretty bad. So Schaefer got some scrapes, and obviously it was completely inappropriate that he got tackled down but he got some scrapes on his shoulder, some abrasions. Crosby's injuries included a fractured orbital bone, a ruptured eye globe, and permanent pupil dilation and light sensitivity. Crosby required 3 days at Maryland Shock Trauma Center and multiple follow-up treatments. Didn't find this guy for over a year. And it sounded like he did turn himself in when he saw the Crime Stoppers tip and heard that he had a warrant for his arrest. He did turn himself in. Okay, here's the Baltimore Crime Stoppers when they reached out to get some help. You can see Bryce there. Everybody else is blurred out. But obviously ticked off. He's about to walk away. Something is said. And there he goes. He tackles this 84-year-old guy. There's Crosby coming up to try and help. He gets thrown to the ground. He gets punched in the face. And then he gets kicked in the head. Isn't that insane? That's insane to me. So again, the jury found him guilty of 2 counts of second-degree assault, 1 for each Schaefer and Crosby, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, 1 for each of the victims. And they acquitted him on the first-degree assault against Schaefer, which is the guy he tackled. And then the jury could not reach a verdict on the first-degree assault against Crosby, so I guess in that case they just set it aside. They retried him just for the first-degree assault against Crosby before Judge Yvette Bryant. Bryce was acquitted. Judge cited ambiguity over whether Crosby's actions were provocative or aid. We could slow that video down, but Crosby's just running because his friend just got tackled, and Bryce is there. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to say that that's provocative, but okay, even if it is provocative, like he kind of runs, and then when he gets to Bryce, he kind of jumps in the air. He gets pushed down. That should have been enough. If you thought you were defending yourself, all right, you push this guy away from you. No. Then he jumps on top of him. Then he pummels him. He hits him once with his right fist in the face. And then he gets up over him, and then he kicks him in the head. Crosby's attorney, Terrell N. Roberts III, called the ruling a miscarriage of justice. No kidding. Arguing it misapplied Maryland law. Sentencing was August 7th of 2025. Bryce got 1 year of home detention, 3 years of probation, ordered to complete anger management classes, drug alcohol screening, and therapy. You know what prosecutors were seeking? They were seeking a 10-year prison sentence. But Bryce avoided all incarceration. 1 year of home detention for that. Well, that's Maryland. I thought it was bad here in Minnesota. But that's Maryland. Standing outside of a Planned Parenthood, praying. I mean, whatever. He may have said something. There was some note that somebody claimed that Schaefer maybe said some sort of slur, a racial slur. I don't know if Bryce is black or not, but that's justice apparently in Maryland.